No.
We overpaid your VA and you owe us $3,000.
They wait 2 years.
Yeah. Plus, then they charge you interest.
Yeah.
Speaking
But-
from experience,
I don't
Okay.
know if Amazon's this.
they wait 2 years. You think you're scot-free.
DJ, social engineer your way out of that Amazon.
That's the dream right here. Trying.
One time I got overpaid when I was in the service. It was driven by $60, right? Don't say anything.
You're just now seeing the text like send chip picture. Of course you'll love
It
it.
got like $400. And then I was like, yo. And then they're like, it took me 3 months to get my.
Oh yeah, they take that sucker out of your next paycheck, but
Yeah, they took it out now. They took that money out anyway. They're like, oh, we overpaid you? I'm like, bro. And they took off $400 and like $50.
Yeah, when I left,
And I get that $390 back for like 3 months later.
I did a Diddy move when I got out. And everything was good. And 2 years later, they're like, oh yeah, you were overweight. You owe us $2,000.
How many
It was over a year.
wait, for being overweight?
It was 1 year and 11 months.
Yeah, but it was over a year. No, can't
No.
prove it.
They don't play that game.
There was two homeowners. One was just straight up.
Dawson, do I need to separate you and Harsh?
Yes.
You guys are having a little too much fun over there.
Separate them, you should.
I thought Dawson.
They're acting too much like Jordan Harold from Captain Underpants. Do it.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was supposed to be a syslog file, but those don't exist in modern Cali. They syslog config.
What is using 35% of my
The
range?
most recent file is gonna be.
Okay, VMware. That makes sense. Okay, so we are recording for the last 2 minutes. So welcome folks at home. Welcome folks here. When we last left our heroes, we were looking at syslog. And I asked you guys to make a script that would look through syslog and pull out a line and look for a line that said whether or not it was vulnerable to a certain attack, and then just print out whether or not it was vulnerable to that attack. Do we remember this? And then I promptly did not make a place for you guys to turn that in. That's Loserville. So we'll take care of that. Have a place for you to turn that in at the end of class today. Does anybody want to share with us what they did?
Yeah, come on. You got this.
Wait, hold on. Let me open it.
Only one of you can do it, so that you guys are gonna have to stop fighting amongst yourselves and figure out which one of you wins
I couldn't
this.
figure out where the syslog files were. I didn't think to look on Canvas.
Well, I didn't tell you guys that I put it in the files. So
Yeah, and I looked all over Cali, and Cali doesn't have just like a sys.
did you post anything in the chat for the class?
I figured out in class today.
I got as far as downloading the files.
I got.
Yeah.
I got.
All right, so maybe let's look at that together again.
I got a little bit.
You got a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to come make a script over on my machine? Or do you want to share yours?
We can share mine.
Okay. You have an HDMI input or output, I guess.
I do have it. Oh, I thought you wanted me like connected to it.
I'll move mine out of the way. You can connect yours.
You're the boss for today.
Folks at home, stand by.
There's the chair.
Okay, let's make your life infinitely better really quickly.
No, don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do
To
it.
make
There we
it
go.
worse.
All right. So do Control Shift and then the plus sign for just a minute.
Look at that taskbar.
A little bit bigger so the folks at home can see. Keep going.
I think I put in too much. Like I try to take out useless stuff.
All right. Go ahead. Make it just a little bit bigger for the folks at home so it can come out. All right, that's good. So what are we looking at? What's this do?
So the first one just checks. So that's probably not needed. And then the next one is just an output file that you're making, and then after that you can override it if you want to, because that one was like, I'm not gonna lie, I did ChatGPT.
Okay.
And then
I'm not mad at you. That's if you can get ChatGPT to help you write a bash script, that's fine by me.
well, I was trying to like see what they were doing. And come
So
up
that's
with
the
something.
important thing is if you just have ChatGPT do it without understanding what they do, it doesn't really help. But if you tell ChatGPT to do it and it does it, and then you
Ask it for
learn
the
what it's
explanation.
doing, right? And you're figuring out what it's doing. Did it comment the code for you?
Some of them, yeah.
So you just have to make sure that it's doing exactly what you want it to do, right?
It's the prompt engineering part.
Yeah. Yeah. So all right.
But I
so-
got it to work, and then I still want to like comment it out myself and like change, like remove all the useless stuff. So this was definitely a rough draft that I'm showing you.
Okay, so you're actually already to the point where you're combining files.
Yeah, it combined
Mhm.
it. So
So do you have to manually type each syslog file in? Yeah,
do you
okay.
not want that?
Well, I'm just thinking if you have 100 files, you probably don't want to do that. So
Okay, I can put,
Yeah, so,
but this is kind of what it's showing if I combine like 3 of them.
awesome.
not for this one, but for the previous one, we're supposed to script read multiple files. I was trying to do folders, anything you put in that folder, it would,
Yeah, that can work too, right?
so you don't have to specify individually. Just
Mhm.
pull from folder file.
Sure.
So I can just go ahead and like label all of them in the bash script and then like.
So
what would you recommend?
So what I'm saying is you want to make a robust script that like he said, if you pointed at a folder full of stuff, it will go in and it will pull all the syslog stuff out of that particular folder.
Oh, so I could label.
So if you
I
have
could
like
call the folder itself and then put everything. In.
yes, so you could put the folder as the argument, right?
Okay.
And then it will go into that folder and it will pull out
Everything. From
everything
it,
that says all the syslog files from there, and then concatenate them into one, and then read all the stuff, right? So this is great that you have this though, right? This is even more than I asked for, which is awesome. So, what does it do for you? So right now this just concatenates them all into one big file.
Yeah. Right now, just.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of it. Yeah,
Okay.
that's part of what we wanted to do, right? So, what we now want to do is look for that line that says that it's susceptible or not to the attack. So how would we do? So we have concatenated syslogs.txt, right? So this is grabbing some syslogs and putting them together, right? So that's awesome. Now we want to look through those. So if you go back to your script, you've got this output, or you've got this file that does this, right? And at the very end, it's printing out that it has saved that output file, right?
Mhm.
Once that output file is saved, you could now actually make calls to that output file. So whatever the output file name is there, concatenated syslog.txt, or you can use the variable, which is my recommendation. So you can now add another line on here, where hit enter real quick, and then say grep. And then what was the name of the attack we were looking for? Do a quote real quick.
Speculative store bypass.
What is it called?
Speculative store bypass.
Speculative store bypass. And I think all of those are first letter uppercase. Speculative.
Oh, uppercase.
Just the first letter is uppercase. So you'll do a quote because we're going to have a space in here. We don't want it to get confused. Yeah, use the end button. Speculative store, the capital S, bypass. And then let's save that and run your script again. You can save it as something else if you want to. Control O, and then you can save it as something else if you want.
Oh,
But you don't have to. That's fine.
and then now you just.
No, you go up and run your read syslog.sh again. And then it should print out any lines that match the grep. Might still be grepping. Do Control C real quick. Since we have that file called concatenated syslogs.txt, do me a favor and do.
We need to call the print command.
Within that bash script, if you grep, it should print those results. Let's do, instead of less, let's change less and put wc-l. Let's see how many lines are in that, so we can have an idea for how long we think it should take for it to grep it. So go ahead and hit enter. 1,412 lines should not take long for it to grep. So let's go back and see. Usually if something like this happens, it's because grep is waiting on, like something's waiting on something. So I'm guessing that we put in grep and then what to look for, but didn't tell it where to look. So let's go all the way down the bottom. Yep, so we need to go after speculative store bypass, a space to say we're on to the next argument, and then output file with the $sign.
Take care of it all.
Did he tell you to get? Did he tell you to get the F out?
I did.
Okay. All right, that looks better, right? So grep, what to look for, where to look. Now let's save this and run it and see if it prints that output for us.
There it is.
Okay, so there we go. So we found the line speculative store bypass vulnerable. Okay. So what we actually need to do is parse this line and figure out whether it says vulnerable or something else. What else might it say besides vulnerable?
Not one.
Well, we don't necessarily know, do we?
Correct.
So we haven't seen any examples where it said that it's not vulnerable. Maybe it just doesn't print it out. We don't know. So let's work with what we have. We know that if it has this line in there, that it's vulnerable. So let's go back to our script. And let's actually match exactly speculative store bypass vulnerable. So put a colon after bypass. And then vulnerable. Okay? So now we're going to save it and run it again just to make sure that it's working. Okay, so that's still matching, which is great. So we know that if grep finds something, then it's vulnerable. And we need to just print a message out that says, this machine is vulnerable to the speculative store bypass. All right. We're gonna print something like that out. So how do we tell it if grep finds a match, then print something? Okay. So what we're gonna do is you can take this back to, well, you can work here if you want to. That's fine. It's up to you.
Oh, up here?
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to take her computer off of everybody's screen. And what I'd like folks to do is try to figure out, we're going to go default routing really quickly and then put instructor HTML column. Okay. And we need to send that, oops, sorry. Folks at home we don't need to let them see what you're doing. So we'll put the camera going to the folks at home. Okay, so what I'd like you to do in this little bit of time is see if you can get a bash script which will search for something in grep that you know is in the file. And if it finds it, can print a message, right? So if you have a syslog that's got this in there, you might as well do this. You can write you can search for that speculative store bypass vulnerable line. And then if it finds it, print something, okay? So we don't want grep to print that line. We don't want it to just print the matching line. We want to make some kind of little function that if grep returns something, which means it found a match, we're going to print out to the screen that this computer is vulnerable to the speculative store bypass exploit. Everybody kind of get what I'm saying? All right, so you guys can work in your groups, and each group just see if you can figure that out. And Aditi, you can move back and work with your group if you want to. So what I'm going to do for the folks at home, why do I not have the ability to pause? That sounds like garbage. But okay, folks at home, I guess you're just going to have to hear us talking and all that. Yeah. Yeah, we can pause it by pulling the power cable out. All right, so I'm very quickly gonna, and I want you guys to save. I want you to save this little script. When you guys get one working, I want you to save it. I'm gonna have somebody else come up and show me that the script works. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna bring my machine back.
What does get so far?
You're printing. I was thinking like a for loop for like if you find.
I don't even know.
Like so.
It's in the assignment right now.
I think all we were supposed to do was like figure out how to ship the files.
I thought it
And
was.
then read them in and then find.
I thought we were supposed to
Flipper Zero, where did you come on?
Contact it.
Oh no, I'm worried.
Use the constant.
I specified it the same way.
It's just cat. Like it's just a cat
Just
command
have to
for
cat it
open like anything cat and then a
I would
file.
like to simplify it, like even just putting speculative in there, or just speculative sort of bypass it on its own.
I don't understand.
It looks like you need to like do that.
DJ, can I ask you a favor?
Yeah,
Can you post the assignment with words?
Like the.
that's what I was about to do. Then my Flipper Zero decided that it was going to be silly.
Kind of fun.
Your flipper zero?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
where?
Okay, I can. So he wants me to type up right now what I'm asking them to do in groups.
I have a because this is what
Yes, but he's not looking for Tuesday stuff. What he's looking for now is what I just asked you guys to do in a group. So that's what I'm going to post up here. I'll take that after class.
I'm going.
record. Until I get to the channel I want. And this.
Okay, I went to this like and I was like straight up trying to like hack it, but I couldn't. I couldn't shut it off. It didn't work. I'm like, okay, cool. But everything in my gyms worked. I shut off like 3 of them.
Minutes at the Waffle House, like unplugged because I kept making it play Rick Astley.
He did the classic.
Rickroll the Waffle House.
I was just testing. I wanted to make it.
God. And they had to shut it off.
Who cared
They find out it was me.
He misspelled something in a nothing file.
It was supposed to be so.
No, you can run it off your phone. Have you done it?
It was misspelled. He said Sweden.
Don't worry.
Good you brought that up.
Oh, that may be
Maybe
why.
because of that thing that they said he was struggling on Icon, he didn't know what order the months it was by. So like, he was doing it, and then he one of the holidays, because he didn't know it was in order. Holidays? It's like just the holidays and programs. He put in the date.
Let's get back to this.
Right, you talking about
Maybe it's because
that? Who's on Zipper, right?
Oh, it turned into what?
You pull it in.
My coworker, and he's also my trainer.
You don't need to plug in anything.
Super updated to the point where he got like a different firmware, and then has like a bunch of files that he's just whatever. He has 2 flippers, so he did it with his own card because it's but he did the jamming attack, the hack the attack. Yeah, and he did it, but on his own.
Doesn't matter that you did it, just you jam a signal, you committed a felony.
I know they bring that in.
Let's not do that.
Like saying that he did that, because that's only to be done in a lab with lead room.
I know how to do that.
Let's just say he's never. I don't know if he has. He hasn't. It's never been.
You can?
Never broke the law. Never.
But
Yeah,
apparently,
yeah, they told me.
like you can literally like
Okay, does that help?
pop open like.
Thank you,
tab.
DJ.
So it would really help if you could see it, right? So let's send that everywhere.
Oh, yeah, no, but, or it's not.
Does that help? You have directions now?
But these are all system. You're on the wrong files, I think.
So what I'm gonna do for you guys is I'm gonna make this another assignment. So save this file separately, and we'll keep this, and we'll make this as another assignment, and you'll get points for it.
So is this the one you wanted that was due today?
No, the one that was due today is still the same, and I'll put that. I'll make an assignment for that too. These are pieces that we're gonna put together.
The next bolt to bolt on. to
What we're
that
doing is
master
we're
script.
making little scripts that we can then put together for one script that's useful for us.
I can't do it without you though.
So while you guys are working, I have a couple of quick things to bring to your attention. So number one, we're gathering information from schools who would like folks to go and be Cyber Patriot mentors. One of the things that they're looking for mentors to do is to help them write bash scripts to check security configurations and maybe change security configurations if need be. So if you feel like you would be willing to go and help them get started writing bash scripts, that's one thing you could do. I also had a former student reach out to me. The company that he's working at is looking for someone that has a kind of a decent familiarity with Linux for an entry-level position. So if you're interested in that, if you've made it through some of these chapters in Test Out Linux Pro, you might be far enough along that they'd be interested. So if you're looking for a job, and you might be interested in doing some things with Linux, let me know. You can DM me, and I will take your resume and pass it along. All right, so I'm gonna keep walking around. I'll give you guys about 15 minutes to try to figure this out. So we need to figure out how you can check to see if grep returns something in a bash script, and then print something if it does. So you're gonna have a conditional statement where if grep has results, then you print one thing. If it doesn't have results, you print something different.
So,
No, I was checking for clean.
DJ, I don't have, Just a question more, just a comment. This is a big, restricting taxes on Tuesday. It's really tough for me.
Fun things in my head.
Because I've got.
Take away.
Oh, that's fine.
Whales.
Then it's Wednesday, Wednesday,
Whatever,
Yeah, no, I
Other
got.
side.
yeah.
So
What was the instructions for that?
I typically am unable to. Those.
That's fine. Well, I can give them on Tuesday and then we can do the next Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you're not
So
like
a small
capping
one like
it.
this would be okay for a Tuesday.
Yeah, as long as you're not like capping bigger assignments, Tuesday to Thursday, I'm good, I can always catch up. on
That's
it.
good feedback. So I'll try to make smaller pieces on Tuesdays, but larger ones on Thursday.
Might be the,
No, but they were, but it's still.
my program, it read a folder.
Alright, yeah, I don't have Wi-Fi.
Yeah. It worked. Thanks, Parker. Because, EduRoam really dislikes my VPN.
I don't think I have. What was the one that you wanted to do today, right? Like, what were the instructions for that one?
Read ARG1.
Okay, mine.
But I wanted you to read a file. It's basically, it's similar.
It does that.
Oh, you're green, buddy. I get what
I wanted you to be able to read a file, look for this line that says that it's vulnerable to,
Oh, okay. I
the
think I remember.
vulnerability, and then print out that it's vulnerable. It's very similar to this.
Okay.
So if you can solve this, then it shouldn't be much of an adaptation to solve the homework that I asked you guys to do on Tuesday, which I will extend the due date for until next Tuesday.
Thanks, DJ. You're the best.
You got it. So there's going to be 2 homework assignments, this one and that one, which are very close together. So you'll basically get double credit for writing the same thing. So if you guys need a little bit more than 15 minutes, that's okay. Oh, I understand. He's not.
That's true, I mean, it's still absorbing some things, like something, something script, something, something script,
Corruption happens.
Super helpful.
something, something.
I better get on
gotta be
it.
doing like, it's like 106.
I was wondering if you look at something like this. What the hell? I don't really see anything wrong with the script, but it's not formatted in the manual I'm running it to.
How long did it take you?
I went ahead and just like
Like, I've been doing like 3.
That's gear.
Chapters?
But basically, so this is what I'm trying to grab for within my directories and the user inputs. And when I run it,
Okay, so your grep is storing it in.
And even if you do use links,
Okay.
yeah, so I just have it like that because I tend to accidentally get jittery. So if I do SH,
Alright, so where's the freaking assignment, bro?
I do syslog.
He hasn't posted.
I did it.
Oh, then what is it?
I need to unzip it. Hold on. It's actually
And if I go
It's kind of like
into-
trying to unzip. It works.
Right after I got off work.
Already unzipped it. You
I
just
swear
kind
to
of
God.
Like sometimes, I do sometimes like
Like,
wonder
I
if
go
you like
just
go to bed.
functional,
It
but
only pulls up like one, like.
Yeah, there's only one line.
like my brain was.
Oh, okay.
There's only one match.
Sorry, when it showed hers, it said like there was like.
It's very.
No. That was counting the total number of lines in
You're gonna be tired like.
the file.
Oh, okay.
Not the matches.
Okay, so I just wanted to.
So we
make sure.
replaced rep with that with WC.
Wait, what are you?
Sucks, but
It's like,
they're gonna act out.
This one right now, can you?
yeah, you
That's right.
I'm just trying to.
So
I need
you
to
have
figure out
a
this.
lot of, there's a lot of human interaction that has to take place with your school,
Yeah.
right? So don't want to automate some of this other stuff. We can just point it in a folder and it'll process all the time.
Do we have to look at
Like they're gonna put you for an intern.
Could you actually say that?
Wow.
Qualified. Or
So with your,
a better intern supervisor, but mine.
you have a lot of interaction.
Wow, not bad.
Well, no.
There's the type of file you want to analyze,
Get the unzip to go.
and
That's what you're talking about. She might. You, because I've heard she's not about her folks. I think she hated me because I was doing a cron job and not through her.
You could do a cron job.
Since she has power over me and.
So you want to automate, and if you have that where this
It was like called, it was called.
Scrum Master then.
Ian Park.
the command line and hit enter, and it would do all that. You wouldn't need the human interaction.
Kind of like how we were looking.
Oh, it's it, but it's spelled backwards. That's like the ending point.
Yeah, she put it on one line.
No.
And it just ran it.
So FI is just the end of it.
So with
Yeah, it's saying like when you finished out that part that
you don't want to have to type out every system.
Like,
file.
I guess you're right. I'm reading this.
Okay, I do.
Yeah.
So the assignment
That's
is
not the one this is the one.
like pointing at a folder is maybe better.
No, but, yeah,
That's what I need to do.
for then I put, oh wow.
We'll get there, right? You don't have to change that right now, right? You got a script, it's working, that's good. But we'll move toward that eventually.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I'll start working on this.
So now,
This is
you want, instead of,
Say read
you
argument.
want one script that's gonna read this stuff, but then also,
And then
instead of writing that
I'm already on.
text, it's gonna check to see whether or not that has a hit, if it matches something. If it matches something, it's gonna print vulnerability found.
I haven't been able to
Doesn't
watch
have
it
to.
because I haven't every single place that I've gone to watch it.
Or no or yes, or I don't care what it prints, just one thing if there are results regretted, and another thing if there are not.
That makes me feel a little bit better.
I just really wanted to test it out and be like, I heard it doesn't work, but it actually did.
That's what all I had.
Alright, so has anybody had success? They got it.
Testing.
Okay, alright.
Well, actually, can you check it?
I was like hoping my
Yeah.
tips, but then it gave me the.
Sure.
I did not think I would go present it, so I was like still.
That's my thing, right?
You know what?
It works, I swear.
It's just the magic thing.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what.
that's nice. See, I had that happen to me actually like earlier this semester. Like, so like my problem would be, I would download instead of Kali, and the second time I would reboot the system or anytime after, the keyboard would not work. And there was no reason why.
Show me the nano again real quick.
No question.
The exact
Say right now, I think we don't really do this. I'm trying to go discuss about it. If it's, I'm gonna try.
Oh, you wanna-
If it doesn't work, so basically skip it from.
Oh, yeah.
Like you don't even have to touch it.
do the zip thing.
And I'm so scared of it happening again.
It's not
It
sure.
works.
But-
System and all my
I need to
files.
switch
I get
up.
my
So with yours,
so that if anything
yours
happens
is-
to this, I can just trash it.
That file
It
system
makes sense now that like, you know, you already do it and you're like, okay, so you can.
What is that?
Refine the, like, clean it.
You just gotta
If you find.
keep going till then.
So what is this coming in the, or in what if you change that from clean to This just it works, it's free. Change it from clean to just see.
I didn't even really think about that book and I like house. I bake.
Save it, run it.
No.
Nice going.
So it's this part.
Still didn't mind it.
So, what does it do? Why does it say not found in these? So why are you grabbing for clean?
It's just a random thing I just take.
So try to grab for something you know is in. Try to grab for that exact.
So, like, I think the worst thing that ever happened to me was one time I was just like, had like, you do like,
What
half
the-
the box,
I think I missed
plug in the Parrot OS, and then just link it to the website.
Why is your command making it executable?
Well, somehow when I, like, if I set up the whole Parrot OS, and I was linking it to my HTTP.
Yeah, that's the rule. That's Modern solutions for modern problems.
That's the last time I tried
Script writing.
Alright, so here's my.
Let's get all of our programs off GitHub.
my little
Not check it for
If you hit the middle mouse button,
about.
or you can go to view pages.
Alright, let's see if this works first. We can just take a picture of this.
What's it do?
Alright.
So that's what I'm saying, we just call that something else, don't call that the same thing.
No.
Because what I don't want you to do is think that if you do if in those square brackets, that's actually doing the rep. Call it do.
Left my loop up here so I can look at it and I can wipe it out later.
What was I doing? How do you?
Okay. So if you know there's something that matches, so just do the ref
It found stuff.
and then paste the Control Shift V. Wait, okay, so. You need to do a couple things. First of all, what you're looking for has to be first. And it's gotta be in range. If there's a space up. And then, now we wanna find where the link. So it actually should find two matches. So your script right now is not finding the matches. It prints them out up here, it does in red, it says here's two matches. But it's somehow not finding where it's going. Why is the script has two script tests? These are those two lines. Now you can change it back, you can change it back to that to.
Maybe I can like cook or like maybe she's a doctor. My girlfriend's a teacher. I'm just she wins the lottery. And there's something in there that'll get me out of the working space as fast as possible. I make a good cup of coffee.
So you know how to solve
That's valuable somewhere.
If I tell you how to solve it, you won't remember.
I understand. Let's try without anything.
All right, does anybody think they've solved the problem yet?
I can find the freaking files. I think so.
If not, this can work on any file. It doesn't have to be just the syslog one, right? I just want you to find a file and then make
solved it, but I've got a different issue I'm trying to fix.
And I was trying to figure out how to do
It prints out
like
files
if
and
it's
then
string.
gives
Does
you
this
the
output have that echo
result.
output? And then
What word are we looking at?
It's only got
I just don't know what the phrase is.
Can I do a store bypass?
Error else is just if none matches.
and we're feeding it the log file.
What's downloaded?
I thought you
You threw
had
me
it.
under the bus.
You didn't. Like you nearly had it. You're missing one part.
I didn't even know I was supposed to look that up.
I thought you knew. Like we were like, oh shit.
Oh, no. I all I remembered in the morning was like I needed to do some homework, and I was at work, and I was like, okay, I guess we're starting over again.
It prints the file.
Look, you slayed.
Why is my car going in reverse?
We're trying to clean it up.
Yeah, do you need to see like yeah, no, definitely. I'm not worried. If you have a file or
Versions of the file.
Okay, no,
Oh man, that is so.
I don't like
isn't your first time playing
Yeah, right.
I'm not running.
older version?
I'm editing.
Oh.
I'm editing the wrong file.
But they changed with
I was
17.
like,
They got
I don't
rid
see
of,
anything in
old
it.
school files and doing it, and they replaced everything with ISO.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was the old grep statement.
Got it.
Yeah.
Hey, dude.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense because I was like, I don't know what to go for here.
Okay.
So do you mind if I just see what type of file you have with your tally? So this
about
may
doing
be the problem. Do you mind if I download another Cali image?
That's the variable file war.
Mhm.
And I'm grabbing for, I think you said this.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, sure.
For users that people are.
We're looking for Ubuntu and whatever the file that you search.
Absolutely zero sense.
Got it. I got it. I was editing the wrong file.
Yeah.
Because I had done it, and then I moved it over to the folder, and apparently I kept editing the original
So this
and
is the
not
way
when
I
I was
figured out,
running
so
the
like basically
folder.
now.
I've done that plenty of
There's a
times.
way to do it.
I was looking at your, I'm like,
Like when I did it, it took.
I don't know what to do
It's
here.
just rough. So now like with the way they want to do it, so you just download an
So-
ISO image.
Yeah, and if there are results,
Yes, like if.
then you want to print found, right? You want to print one string. If it
Yeah.
doesn't find results,
It's
you
just
want to print,
a
And then
simple.
you'll do this.
you print something different.
Like, yeah, but how do I say like,
From the same one.
if you do find, but I
So
know
I'm just
if.
gonna show you this. Do you have any
So
idea about
now we need to go to
that?
the internet and say, print only if grep
With the
lines
same
match.
Okay.
What's your preferred method of communication?
Or at least the way
You're
that
gonna
I-
use a conditional statement in that.
Yeah, no, and I'll definitely help you out with this.
All right, so we'll give you guys about 8 more minutes or so at 35 after. I'm going to stop, and somebody that has solved the problem, we'll have them come up and share with us what's going on. So a little hint, you're going to need conditional statements in Bash, right? So if you're looking for what to Google, you should probably be Googling print line only if grep gets match. Okay? Or print line only if results returned. Something along those lines. Start practicing your Google food to find answers.
That's how to.
Right? So it should be a conditional statement that says if grep finds something, then do this. Otherwise, do this other thing.
Kind of like a question mark.
Yeah. I think it's because of the fee statement.
Dude, I like
Python that might work.
Well, so it has an error on the line. So I'm gonna run it.
Yep, that's me.
It's not an error in my path to you're looking for matching quote.
I don't
I
know.
just put you in analytics and that and then I'm gonna just go ahead and just.
What's it using
I'm
for?
gonna show you everything, so basically, what you want to do is
That is
empty critical change here. So when you start this up, it doesn't just so it's just scratching the file, new virtual machine. Make sure that you always do custom. That'll let you choose your ISO image.
Did you do?
It's your Chrome version.
It saves to the file output file. That's the file. That's not
Too much.
That's something new.
okay. It's up there. Initialize the output file.
So this is not ideal when you write all these paths there. It'd be nice if you could just.
It's something to do with the statement down there. The file that it's.
yeah. So I think it's like
Balancing out.
Yeah, but I went into the file and actually added that word. Ran it again.
there was supposed to be some file.
Bleach flavored water.
That way I was making sure that it was triggered.
You're not want to do that. You're not going to want to have to list every single, the absolute path to every single file. Because if there are 100 files in there, that's going to take you forever. And you're not going to be able to do it automated. You have to manually go do that.
So if you have
Modify
that's
this,
it.
so it would take a different.
I'm typing it out. I'm just kind of reading it.
Eventually.
We go back to the script because I think I see what the issue is. You see how it's
So,
reading to it.
I think what I asked was ideally we start the system. That big. One of the next steps is to
Trying to take that again.
base correct. It's like you're reading
output file. So I'm missing something.
So I should be pulling from output.
Yeah, I think so.
I changed it, but I don't know, it didn't work.
In file, isn't it?
How's that one file?
I thought it should be.
So I didn't know.
Alright, so we're gonna change everything to output.
Read it.
You wanna see what, oh, dang it, this is my close.
Tell me if you
No, I didn't.
Alright, here.
Yeah, basically, slap the game.
Oh, how do you?
It looks like it's.
Until you get it. Okay.
No, I did something different. It's a really fun game, but it's not a very good game.
It's not.
I don't wanna.
Use your text editor doesn't do everything.
So, because you're using Nano.
We were doing stuff in class.
Show me how you run this.
I have like a.
So what was it?
I spent like 24 hours setting up my text editor.
Oh, that's
why.
why.
If this, then
PS3.
this one I'm sold.
Vim is for the.
I'm really.
Vim is like what software engineers.
Nothing else for
This is like when they did Overwatch 2, bro.
I have it.
It's the setting it up is just.
How does the
Yeah.
PS4 processor have that much processing power?
What happened is our
The PS3 is goated.
I have my same stuff working.
I mean, I'm trying to run the speed read on this thing right here, and I can hit 30 frames, and my PC will literally be at your 98. CPU will be at 98 to 100. Like, you can grab, trying to run it.
You're
You're
grabbing
gonna
some
so CPU.
It has to be something simpler.
My computer will get so freaking hot. I mean,
So,
I'm telling you.
Yes.
Trying to egg on my keyboard.
Yeah, literally.
file,
Right when you open it, what does it tell you?
I'm not.
So like on mine,
Where do you call it?
The multiple files? Oh, I got you.
Oh, right now. So that's what you know, so like, it'll
Like working out. You copied off my
with like the regular and
Change all of it. Which one? What are you saying?
No, it's okay. They PM there really just use the software. If that makes you.
Oh yeah, I think.
This is called, find like the line, right? You said did you hold
Right.
anything? And you, no. So that just means it's return Did you have
Oh, I know.
software in this?
Mine's more complicated. It should only be like this line. That should be the only. Like,
Yeah, and to make sure you understand. You need that. Really important.
you should need this top and.
Is it this one?
Yeah, so. Oh, wait, this is.
Just that GPT.
Yeah. Yeah, was it in the stuff?
I don't even know what a fee is.
I'm trying what. But it didn't stick
really
around.
need to start
I want to watch that.
I need to buy another card.
There were 17 adventure cards. Some of those were taking like 30 minutes. And there were 17 to do by this last Sunday. I'm fully 1 week. And I was doing like 5 of 9. And you're quite close to being.
Well, I googled it the first thing I did.
It's just a long way to play to get there.
Yeah, let me see.
Like, I don't know what it does based on.
Right now, you
That would be a good one. Is this like Python, like what we're gonna do 2 equal signs?
That's it, this is what it says.
Sounds pretty good. This truck's pretty good. And the Toyota Cresta is pretty good.
Heck, man, you had it pointing to where.
Oh, so this isn't the one. This one just like you give it not getting the folder.
Oh.
Is that the folder?
Like it though.
That would be this one. On D12 is
No.
This one?
CD to the word. That one's good, but
Also this though.
Okay, here we go. So this equal.
Definitely not getting the pre.
oh, here's the lens. I'm gonna get that.
That's what I'm working on now.
See, that's the one part I'm stuck in.
Because that looks for
That's true. Yeah, you need to figure this out. Actually, might as well go ahead with that. We'll work it out. It's not hard. But now the if then.
I sorted it and then sorted it, and then down here I cut off the worst.
Like, where, do you remember the website?
Ow.
So, that's one thing that I didn't mention. Well, I'm gonna come back to this.
No.
All right, everyone. So one thing I want to mention is if you, when you're writing these scripts, if you use online resources or if you talk with somebody else, I don't mind. Everybody needs to do their own, write their own script, but it's okay if you collaborate with other people. Just make sure that you put that down. So if you find a website and it's got a piece of code on there that helps you get to the finish line, just make sure that you tell me that you consulted that website, give me the link to it, and tell me the date and time that you accessed it. Right? Why do you think that's important?
Attribution.
Yeah. I want to know where you found it from, right? And the ability to find somebody else's code and modify it to do what you want it to do is an important one. Okay? If you use ChatGPT, just tell me. Say, I use ChatGPT. This is what I told it to do. This is what it initially came up with. This is how I modified it. Okay? And the reason I want you to kind of document that process, there's two things. Number one, so I know exactly what you went through to get what you got. Okay? And the second one is so that later on, if you need to come back to it, if you need to do something similar, you'll have records of how you got to where you are so you can get there again. That makes sense? So I'm not going to limit you and say don't use ChatGPT, don't use stuff you find online, don't talk to your friends. I'm perfectly fine with you doing those things with the caveat that you need to document who you collaborated with or where you found the stuff, and you need to make sure that you take ownership for understanding what's going on. Right? So talking to your friend that's in the class, having them sit there, if they're like telling you what's going on and you're zoning out, like, yeah, whatever, and they like get on your computer and they write it out for you, that's really not the way to do it. You need to write your own code. If you're formatting stuff for ChatGPT to do something, that's okay. Just make sure you go through, make sure it works the way it's supposed to, and make sure you tell me that that's what you did. I just want to know, what path did you take to get to where you're trying to go? Get to where you turned in, whatever you turned in comes from, okay? So I've seen folks that have stuff that's kind of complicated. I've seen folks that have stuff that looks simple. But when I ask you about your code and say, what is this doing? You need to be able to explain to me what it's doing, right? Not just for me, but for you. You need to understand exactly what your code is doing. If you write code and you don't understand what it's, what did you say?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh. If you write code and you don't understand what it's doing, why is that bad?
Because you can't repeat your performance.
What did you say?
You can't repeat your performance.
Yeah. Well, yeah, right. You can't repeat it. You can't modify it later to do what you need it to do. And you should not be running anything on a system that you don't know what it's doing. Okay? That's bad. That's bad. So when I first started messing around on the internet seriously, it was high school for me. I know it's going to be earlier for you guys, but believe it or not, the internet really wasn't a thing till I was in high school. And we used to go play games online, and people would send you stuff all the time. They're like, hey, use this. It'll hack the game for you and such. And I learned really quickly that you got to open this stuff up and look to see what it's doing, because they would send you scripts that would go onto your machine and disable your your Ethernet card or your modem, right? They'll make it where you can't get on the internet if you run this script. Or they'll do something which will screw you up and slow you down. It'll limit you. What other nasty things do they do? The really nasty people go in and they delete parts of the registry, so your computer's hosed, right? Your computer's bricked, and you got to reinstall the operating system.
Command to Alt F4.
Yeah, that's right. So you have to know what's going on any script that you run. Okay? If you work at a job and they ask you to make a script to do something, and you find somebody's script online, and you're not exactly sure what it does, but you think it's doing the job it's supposed to, and you run that on their network, on their systems, and it does something bad, who's responsible? The person that wrote it or you? The person that ran it, which would be you, right? Or if you wrote it and gave it to somebody else to run, and your company, if they're trusting you to be the one who made sure that it was okay. So it's all right to take other people's code and use it. It's all right to have ChatGPT help you write code. But you have to understand what that code is doing, which is why I want you to comment the code. Okay? All right, I'll get off my soapbox now. We have about 20 minutes. Was anybody successful? Okay, we have a few people. You want to come show us what you got?
I think you said we didn't have to use the syslogs, but
You don't have to use the syslog, right? That's
DJ,
perfect.
How do you find line number 52 on something?
How do you find line number 52?
It's because you're using Nano.
It's telling me to use a command to find it. But, is there an easier way
So
out?
there's a go-to on, if you open up Nano down at the bottom, I think there's a little thing that says go-to, maybe?
Oh,
Go-to line.
All
All right, so go ahead and set your computer down and plug in the USB line. Are yours on the other side?
it's on the back.
Oh, that's the best place to up.
Wait.
All right, so can you do me a favor, do Control-Shift and hit plus a couple of times?
You think so?
All right, so let's try to, you want to maximize that so we can see it? All right, so let's all take a look. Let's calm down and quiet down for just a minute. We're going to take a look at this script. Can you make it just a tad bigger? Do Control, Shift, and the plus. A couple more. There we go. Good. All right. Now the folks at home should be able to see it without squinting till they die. All right, so let's take a look at it. So you say found vulnerabilities.sh, and then you feed it the syslog file. Okay. All right, try it. All right, so you're still printing out the grep line, and then it says system vulnerable. Okay.
And then the syslog.1.
Syslog.1, not vulnerable. Okay, so let's do me a favor. Let's look at your script. Okay? And when you guys do your final projects, for those of you that are in 580, I'm going to do a code review with you. You're going to have a little session where you're actually going to walk through your code with me and show me what it's doing and tell me what it's doing. Okay? Yeah, so you tell me, you don't have comments in here, so just tell me what
Not
each
yet,
line is
yeah.
doing real quick.
So the grep, I did the.
What's the first line doing? That
Oh.
bin bash thing, what's that?
I don't remember that.
Call them down.
They're 580
Call them down with under from there.
Yes. All you're doing is you're basically telling the system what kind of file you're writing, right? So this is, for this script, you should be using bash, right? Versus Python or Perl or something else, okay? So what about that next line? Input underscore file equals $1.
So that's creating the variable so that you can give the bash script file.
All right, so it's taking the first argument. So after you have the name of the file, there'll be a space, and whatever you write next is going to be the name of the input file that you're going to use later here in this command. Okay, go ahead.
And then
this if grep statement is, well, the hyphen I is to ignore
Case.
capitalization just in case.
Yeah.
I typed it in wrong. And then so it's searching for speculative store bypass vulnerable using the input file.
Okay, which is created in the by reading in the first argument from the command line. Awesome.
So then if
So let's stop there for just a second, okay? So when it says if and then has a command after it, that's what's going to check to see if your command has results. Right? So if grep, if you give it an input file, it's saying grep is going to ignore case and look for speculative store bypass : vulnerable in whatever that input file is that you put as an argument. So that if statement there is if grep returns something. If there is more than nothing that comes back, then go ahead.
it'll say system vulnerable, and if there's not, then it'll say it's not vulnerable.
Right. So if grep returns something, then print system vulnerable. If grep does not return anything, then print not vulnerable. Very good job. All right, this is exactly what we were looking for. Awesome. Okay, thank you.
My issue was I kept doing -E, and I think I was I had an issue. I had output.
I had an extra quote.
Yeah, extra quotes will do it to you.
I was doing -E, and I had my O, my output not capitalized.
All right, so I want everybody. We have a few minutes left of class. I would like it if everybody could leave class today with a little snippet of code that can do this. That can check a file using grep to see if it has a certain pattern in there, and if it does, print one thing. If it doesn't, print another thing. Okay? So if you have that already, look around at people that might be looking confused and see if you can give them a hand. We have a goal as a class. Let's see if we can have everybody leave with functioning code, this basic code that will check to see if a file that you feed it as argument has a pattern in it.
Where's your card at?
What I wanted to do is actually just
On your
so I can just if you have an aspect,
Yeah,
so like that.
Me too. I was
Oh, so you're trying to bring in regular.
Because I don't know the whole time I just
Quiet.
Dyslexic, my son.
Just standard. All I want to do is just get
Control O and then get out of there. So is this like my variable right here?
It's a little bit more fun.
no messages.
I don't know how you did it.
I can change mine. If you're
It's a little more complex.
It's not sending anything to be printed.
Learning kanji is
Based off revenue.
Yeah.
Don't learn Thai.
You're using your own.
I gave up on trying to read most news articles in Japanese. Or I could read most of your blog posts.
So I did, my computer, that's what I wanted to do, right? Well, if grep this and that thing, grep this, you're doing that.
I really want to learn Fuji.
Oh, so you're saying that.
Because a lot of the restaurants right here.
So you're just using the command itself. Well, so like what I was trying to do is like get it to say that the input variable was true, which is the $sign outside.
It just says don't do it. Grip that you want, whatever you want to grip. So then I'm trying to have it turn out as like more this is work, but I was found in this variable. I'm having slide issues. Yeah. So like instead of you're having to like redo it, like say Daniel he typed it in, like what he was grabbing for. I want to be able to do it as a variable.
Don't be case sensitive.
so I can change it.
Technically speaking.
This would work for multiple files, but it'd be tedious.
Let me see yours real quick.
That's what I'm going right now.
You don't necessarily need the dash I. That dash I is typically something that's not a thing that will hurt. That dash I means just ignore case. So in Linux, a capital P and a lowercase p are two exact different letters to them. Hey guys, let's quiet down for just 1 second. This is important to know. So in Linux, a capital P and a lowercase p might as well be two different letters. Linux will not recognize that a capital P and a lowercase p are the same letter, just one's capital, one's lowercase, okay? The way that they're coded is completely different. Windows is nice and doesn't really care, but Linux, unless you tell it specifically, don't pay attention to what case you're using, it's going to read those as two different letters, and it will not get a match for you. So that dash I that we saw in the example, that dash I is just saying ignore case. So it's not necessary if you exactly match the case of every letter in the pattern that you're looking for, but it is handy just in case you do mess up with which case is what, right? So if you didn't know if the word vulnerable was only was all lowercase or all uppercase, or the first letter is uppercase and the rest are lowercase, then that dash I will match all of those variants, okay? So for those of you who said, well, mine works, but I don't have the dash I, that's okay. If it's the exact match to the line you're looking for, you don't need it. Okay, I'm done.
Oh,
There's an assignment that was due today, right?
The dash Q.
Yeah, you wrote that.
And this is just
I will.
Yeah, you
Right
started
there.
up here.
That's
I think
absolutely
it's,
correct.
if it finds
I've almost got it
it finds
doing
a match, it exits because it finds it. Versus,
I didn't even know
because
the
if
procedure
you
right here.
How we doing
run it
over
right
here?
at the times into my file, it'll do standard output, it'll print
And I
and
searched for bound.
So in this case, if it finds
Bound was
My brain is.
Yeah, I saw that. And I was just like, yeah.
How do you do the multiple?
And my brain said,
Something when I was changing the items.
It could be, or when we get to this later project and we want, and we're given multiple files.
If I did do it,
and you're trying to find like this
where I'm
file,
gonna find
and then you want you to identify which file you find it in.
And then
You might need it to be
55
that.
down.
So at that point, you might have to run loops for each file, you know.
Yeah, dude, look, see how it's all
No, my nano.
Let me see.
It's like my other stuff, but variable which file, which file. I need to add it.
Keep bang line.
I'm super worried about it.
What's mine?
Okay.
Yeah.
He's waiting for
I've been jotting down here
I'm
and
not
there,
done.
think
But
about
right now, I already.
That's not even the way you
Mine's
say
like
it.
outage. Like, you know how it just showed up? Yeah, but mine counts how it does. That's what I was saying right here. So whenever I do it, you can run it into my file and search for the bound. So you're trying to get intel. So I run it, search for file name, then I can search for any of these sets instead of just have to search for bound. And then it tells me how many
That's
of
a
55
good thing
bounds
to do.
is
It
found
really
in
is. Just ask yourself what's the next one.
And I can change it. So if I was to change it to Ubuntu, I can do the same thing for Ubuntu.
Code that
But
does
now I need to do my else statement, so
the
that's it.
same output. If you do that and then you just
We don't get it, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Do that.
Camera actually is very copy and paste.
we know, I think.
Yeah, I'm
just showing it to you, yeah.
But I'm curious what I've been trying to do.
First half your code.
All right, so it looks like most people, at least one person in every group, kind of has something. So please lean on your groups if you need to. But we are, I think, making some good progress. Okay. So if you want to push yourself, so we have this now. So I want you to take this little sample code now that you have. And I would like you to work on getting a script that you can point to a directory, and it will go into that directory and read in every file that starts with syslog. and tell you whether or not it finds that phrase. Okay? You know the phrase I'm talking about?
Speculative output.
Speculative store bypass space vulnerable.
I don't know.
Right?
You were on the right track.
So if it finds speculative store bypass vulnerable, then you want it to print out, let's say this machine is vulnerable to the speculative bypass exploit. Or speculative store bypass exploit. Okay? Some informative line to the user. Right? That's really what we want it to do. We want it to print, if it finds a match, we want it to print it out. If it doesn't find a match, we don't care if it prints it out. But this next assignment is, you want to be able to point your script at a directory. And all you want to do is put the name of the script and then the directory as an argument for that script on the command line. Now I saw some people had hard-coded into their script the location of the files. That's not what I want for this next one. Why? Because you don't always want to go in and hard code every single file that you want it to look at. Being able to show a directory is nice because it's pretty easy for you to copy 100 files over to a directory. It's a lot more time consuming to open up that directory and get the names of all the files and then hard code that into your code. You don't want to be doing that. You want your code to be dynamic. You want it to be robust and flexible. And if you allow it to be entered on the command line as a directory that you want it to search for syslog files in, that's going to be very nice, okay? So you want to be able to type in the name of your script and then take in one argument, and that one argument is the location, the folder location where your syslog files are. And then you want it to systematically look through those syslog files to see if it can find a match for that line. Right? If it finds that speculative store bypass vulnerable line, then you want it to print out something that lets the user know this machine is vulnerable to the speculative store bypass vulnerability. Or susceptible or something if you don't like the redundancy of saying vulnerable to a vulnerability. Right? Okay, I will type that out. As soon as I send you guys away, I know I will type that out. There's some people will hear that and be like, "Yep, got it," and have notes. Other people will hear that and hear word salad and walk away from here and not have a clue what they're supposed to do for their assignment. So I will endeavor to get that printed out, and I will make sure there's a place for you to turn it in. All right. So this assignment from today, that little script, I'm going to let you guys turn that in as a full assignment and get credit for it. All right? And so the revamp that I'm doing, this second assignment that I'm going to put in there that's a follow-on to this is going to replace what I assigned on Tuesday because, number one, you guys didn't really have enough time to do it in many cases. And number two, I didn't put a place for you to put that anyway. Sound fair? Okay. You guys feel like you're making progress on learning? Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Awesome. Cool. All right. Go ahead.
I just wanted to come look at it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's a little.
All right. Let me stop the recording. Bye, folks at home.